Thank you for filling the void. Today's episode is don't be embarrassed of your diagnosis or embarrassment of your diagnosis. Now, one thing that I've noticed since I've gotten help and everything, and how I'm trying to help other people who I can tell are in like a similar situation than me. They're in a similar situation as me, and I'm trying to get them help because I want them to feel as good as I feel. And at times, like say me and some friends will be talking about stuff that happened in group or something, and see, that's what I mean. I hang around a bunch of people who go to group and stuff, so we all stick together. See, that's one thing you want to do. You want to hang out with people who are like you, so you can be yourself at all times. And sometimes you'd be amazed at what you being in a group of people who are like you can attract. Because I've had someone approach me, and they were telling me about how they're autistic, but they usually don't talk about it. They'd prefer not to. And yeah, they went and got help, but they don't think that it's an important discussion for like someone to know. But she was cool with me, like saying, yeah, she's just like me. Like I didn't tell people, because that's her business. But but don't be ashamed. Like if you feel like you can relate to like certain people talking about group and stuff, you can join in. That's how you make friends. Don't be ashamed of your diagnosis, because that diagnosis is you. And one thing about it, it's like my therapist was like telling me, James, don't be telling people too much stuff now. I don't want you freaking people out and stuff. And I'm like, I'm really, because she knows how I am. I'll tell everybody crap. To be honest, like, there's no shame here. I'm pretty proud of my accomplishments and everything that I overcame. Very proud of it. To be honest, it shows strength. I went that many years without medicine. I went that many years without proper help. I went that many years. That's an accomplishment. And how I maintained to be out here in the free world and stuff, I'm thankful. And you just can't act like you don't have one, basically. You want to befriend other people that are like you and make them feel better and try to help other people. Like, for example, one of my friends who I called the portrait, the very first person that actually went through with what I told them was getting help. I called them my portrait. I'm giving them a chance to help someone because they said, James, I want to do what you do. I want to help someone too. And I was like, well, we befriended someone else. And I'm like, I'm going to let you take care of that. And she was like, okay, cool, thanks. I'll take care of it. Because she wants to feel as good as I do when I helped her. You know what I mean? Just like you look out for one another. And she was also telling me some stuff that her group does, which I think is cool that my group don't do. And like they have like a Facebook group page that you have to be invited to. And it's just people with the same diagnosis. And if you're ever going through one of your episodes, you just go on there and you talk to someone. And they're always there. Like, that's what I mean. That people, we want to help one another. We want to make people that are like us feel as normal as possible, because there's nothing wrong with you. You're just you. And if someone don't accept me for my diagnosis, well, then they weren't my friend in the first place, It is what it is. But to help people, because like the thing is, since I've been spoken to and diagnosed and everything, now I can actually pinpoint like who is mentally struggling and who's not. Like it's very easy to pinpoint. Like for example, there's this one guy that I remember, he would come in and he would always talk to himself. And some people would be like, James, look at that guy, he's talking to himself. And, you know, I'd be like, I've talked to myself. What are you talking about? I talk to myself. I do it. I do it. I don't care who's watching. I'll talk to myself if I want to. Like, if that's how I'm feeling, that's how I'm feeling. I'm going to talk to myself. But the only time I really talk to myself is before I'm going to work, because I'm making sure I have everything, and I'm just talking to myself the whole time walking through the door. But once I get through the door, it's like, time to go. Yeah, he would come in and he would always talk to himself, and I was always very, very nice to him. Like, I was trying to lure him in to come over with us, but he didn't really. I mean, he was very nice, you know. Every now and then he would, like, you know, do the fist bump and, like, you know, just acknowledge that, hey, I appreciate it. But I think he was good. Very hardworking dude too. And see, that's the thing. Like, you can't judge people on how they are. Like, that doesn't say anything about their character. But yeah, never be ashamed of your diagnosis, because that diagnosis is you. And be around people who, like, go to group. I mean, you'll be surprised of how many different groups there are. Just knowing that you go to group, you're going to hear someone else went to group. You guys are going to get along like that no matter what the group is. You guys can pretty much benefit one another to up the positivity in one another and boost each other's confidence. That's kind of why I tried to form like a group of people who were just like me, and we just hang out, take care of one another, make sure that we're not, and if anyone goes through their episodes, like, we can just, you know, reach out to one another. It's that easy, and everything's going good. And yeah, be thankful for what you've experienced and how far you have came, how far you have come from what you were going through. Like, you know, it's like the diagnosis is the missing puzzle piece to your life. That diagnosis is the one that completed the puzzle. So don't be ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed of it. What you can do is you can educate people. Definitely educate people. I'm seeing videos on this woman who was actually on SBSK, and she was talking about schizophrenia and how they judge her as like some danger to society, but really she's not. You can have that diagnosis and not be a threat to society, because it's all about battling what's in your mind and not making it come true. But as you get older, it's just going to get worse. That's what happened to me. It got to me when I got to 25. I was getting sick of it. I was flipping out on everything. You know, I'm thankful how far I've came. You know, I'd educate people about it all day. I don't care. But anyway, I hope this video helps someone. Thank you for filling the void. And I'm out. Peace.